Emily had always been fascinated by the supernatural and the occult. She spent most of her free time reading books on ancient magic and mythology. One day, while browsing through a local antique shop, she stumbled upon an old locket that caught her eye. The locket was intricately designed with symbols and patterns that seemed to shimmer in the light. As soon as Emily put on the locket, she felt a strange sensation wash over her. It was as if she had been imbued with a sense of confidence and charisma that she had never experienced before. She tried it out by striking up a conversation with a stranger on the street, and to her surprise, he smiled and asked her about herself. Over the next few days, Emily found herself using the locket more and more. She would borrow luck from others, using its power to get ahead in her career or to impress potential romantic partners. But every time she did, she felt a nagging sense of guilt and unease. One day, while using the locket to boost her confidence at work, Emily noticed that one of her coworkers seemed particularly ill-mannered. She couldn't help but wonder if the locket was somehow affecting him in some way. And then, just as she was about to leave for lunch, he tripped on his own feet and face-planted into his desk. Emily was shocked and a little appalled by this turn of events. It seemed that the locket's power came with a cost, one that she hadn't been aware of before. She began to question whether borrowing luck from others was truly worth it. As she continued to use the locket, Emily started to notice strange occurrences around her. People who had borrowed luck from her were experiencing misfortunes in return. Her friends would get sick or lose their jobs, and Emily couldn't help but feel a sense of responsibility for their bad luck. Despite her reservations, Emily found herself becoming increasingly reliant on the locket. She used its power to impress her boss, and soon she was promoted to a higher position in her company. But every time she did, someone else would suffer as a result. One day, Emily's best friend Sarah came to her in tears. Her boyfriend had just left her, citing that he couldn't handle the stress of their relationship anymore. Emily was devastated and didn't know what to say. She felt like she had brought about this downfall by borrowing luck from her friend. Feeling guilty and overwhelmed, Emily decided to give up using the locket for good. But as soon as she put it down, she noticed that her luck began to fade away. She started to feel anxious and uncertain, and her confidence began to dwindle. Emily realized that she had become addicted to the locket's power and that it was slowly draining her of her own inner strength. In a desperate attempt to break free from its influence, Emily went on a solo trip to the mountains, hoping to find some solace in nature. As she sat by a peaceful stream, watching the sunset over the trees, Emily felt a sense of calm wash over her. She realized that true luck came not from borrowing powers from others, but from within herself. The locket was just a tool, one that had shown her a different way to live her life. From that day on, Emily vowed to never use the locket again. But as she walked back down the mountain, she couldn't help but wonder what would happen if she ever put it back on. Would she be able to resist its temptation? The uncertainty lingered in her mind for weeks, until one day Emily received a mysterious package in the mail. Inside, she found another locket, identical to the first one she had bought. There was no note or message attached, just a small note that read, "Try it again." Emily was both thrilled and terrified by this development. She knew that she had to resist the temptation of using the locket's power once more. But as she looked at the second locket, she couldn't help but wonder what lay ahead. Would Emily be able to break free from the locket's curse? Only time would tell.